First, I just want to thank you all for coming this afternoon. We really appreciate you all being here. When I first stepped foot on the TCA campus in August of 2019, I don't think I could have ever anticipated all that would happen to me in my time here. Coming from homeschool meant that I was met with new challenges, new experiences, new places, and new people. However, the one thing that stayed true through all of these wavering conditions was the people you see right here. It's only as I grow up that I can step back and see just how lucky I am to have these as my classmates and as my friends. I've been able to observe what makes this class great and what will surely push them above the rest as they go into the world. So today I would like to highlight and commend two specific things that this class has that sets them apart from other kids their age. The first being how they ask the deeper questions. In today's world, it is so easy to fall into the groove of believing what others believe and saying what they say, never questioning things for their morality and their practicality. However, this group does just that, and it's reflected in the topics of their senior theses. The senior thesis, being a crowning achievement, could cause some to be scared to take on a deep or a difficult topic. This was not the case for these particular seniors. In seeing some of the topics chosen this year, my respect for many of my classmates has grown exponentially. I found myself pondering issues that I had never thought about before. It was clear that this class was not afraid of the hard topics and the relevant issues. That I want to commend. Without questioning deeper, we aren't able to see through the surface and expose motives, ideals, and evils which might be lying underneath. So today I encourage my class to never stop digging deeper. Never stop asking questions and growing from what you might find. After all, 1 Thessalonians 5:21 says, "Test all things, hold fast to what is good." The second thing is how they are all firmly grounded. I've grown close enough to many of the seniors to see their strong religious and moral foundations. I can't overstate how important this is in today's day and age. I truly believe that the faith of this group will be the driving factor to their success. Being grounded in something, whether an all-powerful creator or a healthy moral code, is powerful. It provides strength during hardship, wisdom for decision-making, and most of all, love for relationships. It was mentioned at a recent senior banquet just how nice this senior class is. In my interactions with you all, I couldn't agree more. Your faith and adherence to principles you know to be true is noticeable. Thinking about people other than ourselves makes for healthy relationships and allows us to be a light. As we all go our separate ways, I encourage you all to remain in your faith and in the knowledge of good and bad. Realize that living on the virtues we've heard hundreds of times will bring happiness. And that it's only through God that we live to our highest potential. After all, we do not receive power through ourselves, but through Christ in us. If we keep asking difficult questions and remain strong in our faith and our morals, I have no doubt that every one of us will see great success. I also want to thank you guys. Now that I have you all together, I can stop and say how much I appreciate you all. For the first time in my life, I understand why family and friends are grouped together. As a person who thrives on social interaction and connections, you all were what kept me going this year. I feel like it's fitting to relive some of the good times before adult life officially sets in. So, here's some things I'll remember about you all. Alan, being my favorite bassist and my ranting partner. Eliab, being my favorite guitarist and the most enthusiastic Oompa Loompa. Riley, as my fellow Florida Gator fan and still my favorite quarterback. Just watch out for curbs. Devin, the mini roast battles, even though I hardly knew you. Tara, your borderline unhealthy obsession with Taylor Swift. Jude, our questionable secret handshake and the nonstop jokes. Ella, the underlying rivalry from last year's Uno games. Hope, all the Hope jokes and being the class mom. Danny, how the traffic always snuck up on you. How you always see me missing a button or two. Mia, keeping control of the mob during house meetings and your favorite joke about grass. David, being my favorite drummer, and saving the game for us versus Eastland. Josh, being my best friend who just happens to take all the covers, and still my favorite center. AJ, Mr. War Thunder, and your obsession with World War II weapon. Carter, your wild music taste and being my favorite linebacker. Sorry I didn't throw that 5 in the spring. Malia, starting all the new traditions and that stupid boomerang game at your house. And Connor, always knowing when you show up to school every other week because we can all hear your car pulling. And with that, I wish you all the best. Lastly, I know I wouldn't be here giving this speech if it weren't for the work of many teachers, coaches, and parents. My teachers this year, Mrs. Mitchell, Mrs. McSorley, and Mr. Stevens, helping me finish out strong. And to all the teachers in my 5 years of TCA, thank you. To Mr. Susi, a great dean, not afraid to have a little fun and put up with all the guys. And Ms. Dent, for hitting up the houses and dealing with the unknowns that come with it. To all my coaches, but notably Coach Jay and Coach Matt, you helped make sports the most fun I've had in my entire life, while also being my friends. So thank you. And of course, my favorite coach, my dad. Thank you for understanding me and for helping me through some hard decisions this year. For keeping me on track and grounded, thank you. And to my favorite teacher, my mom. Thank you for being amazing when life isn't. Thank you for remaining optimistic in the hardest circumstances, showing me that there's nothing I can complain about. You're an encouragement to me more than you'll ever know. I love you both. Thank you all.